as I melt away in Texas, working on, various projects, I got some stuff that's coming out here hopefully really soon, but I needed to do this video. Um, so if you follow my Instagram, you're more than aware of the recent events that took place uh, with me and John Walker Customs. So this video is to further clarify what took place, what led to it, why it's a problem, and why the community should care about it as a whole. So stick around. Okay, so recently I was blocked by John Walker Customs. I joined a ever-growing trend and club of various folks that are also blocked by Drew Johnson. You know, it's not a big deal. Uh, this video was already in the works, and the opinion of fucking trash doesn't have any effect on my life. Um, so this video was going to happen anyway, and I was going to be blocked anyway, so it was just a matter of time. So for the better half of about 6 months, I've been keeping my distance and observing them from afar. And a few months ago, I decided to follow him to get an even closer look. Uh, and recently, he posts, the same dumb shit that he always does. Skylu will release a model, and then John Walker's Customs and Drew will act like he's prototyping and then get you to buy his shit, really. Um, but we need to establish that there is a big difference between prototyping and just test printing. Okay, so prototyping is something that designers do, and all Drew is doing is just printing and testing files, and he fails to credit on multiple occasions. So how do we know this? Well, because it's been well documented. That's how. So recently, his new thing is this crab droid, and he changed how it works. And all he did was take files that Skylud spent time making, and he combined the files for this articulating droid, and he made a static piece out of it. So congrats to everyone that's going to purchase that from him. You're purchasing basically a subpar droid, in my opinion. Not that I think the articulation is an issue, but the fact that he's going to include an extra leg that was already part of the model if you order quickly. So on that comment, I had a friend tag me on it, and what I did earlier was I commented yes on it because, I wanted to throw his numbers off because I'm a dick. So when this individual tagged me on it, Drew, I guess, looked at my profile, and he finally saw the first call out. And he said it was something along the lines of drama or whatever, because the initial post that I made about him was all about credit, and that's all that post was the fact that he does not credit, not in a manner that should be for a merchant of Skyloop. And so then he had this conversation with trying to say that he does credit, and you can see it on his website. Yet when we go to his website, he's as good as crediting as me telling my 7-year-old daughter to follow simple directions. She can't do it, and for some odd reason, Drew can't do it. Now, when you look at Instagram, Drew can't even be bothered to tag Skylu on Instagram. I don't know if it's ego. It's probably ego. But he doesn't even follow Boone on Instagram, the person that makes 95% of his store. And that individual can't even get a tag and a follow on Instagram. So in this combo, um, you tried telling my friend that he does credit, and so let's look at his store. Let's see how well he can credit. Um, like, and I'm gonna be honest. There's way too much stuff to show all in this video, and I'm trying to keep it short. But the point is, if you're going to use an artist, you need to tag them, especially if you're a merchant. Okay. But since we're in this store, let's talk about some of these questionable items he has on here, like free items from Thingiverse that he's getting you to buy that has a no sell clause to it and that are there for personal use only. Yet Drew wants to sell that hard work of others to you and doesn't credit the artist because there is no credit here. So what happens when you call out Drew? Well, he enters defense mode, and instead of admitting that he's wrong, which he is, he'll just block you, and he'll block people around you. Um, so as far as I'm concerned, Drew and John Walker's Customs is nothing more than a leech in a community. So why? Why would I refer to someone as a leech? Well, simple. A leech only takes bloods from its host until it isn't viable anymore, and then will find something new or someone else new to exploit. Sounds like Drew. So now enter Patreon. Drew wants to put up a paywall to help people. So you can pay monthly for some shit ass fucking discounts on his overpriced fucking trash, but you'll have to pay $20 to get any information out of him. Cruising his Instagram, you'll see people asking questions and him actively refusing to help anyone. You want some examples? So here's some examples. Now, recently he finally found out about flex resin, and people were asked what you're using, and he couldn't even tell them. So for the record, it's F69 by Resiwan, uh, and that's what we use to create some awesome flexible pieces. So for 20 bucks a month, he will tell you the info that people told him for free. So let me go ahead and insert this over here. A plug for my Discord. This is created to pass information for free to the community and to actually build a community. So since we're on the discussion of Discord, his main supplier of files he prints and he gets his wife and girlfriend to hold and pose is Skylu. And Skylu has a really active Discord. So I suggest you, if you're into printing your own, give him a follow. It's $10 a month. And we have a lot of information, and there's a lot of us helping each other out. But the purpose of that Discord is to shape the release of models for the upcoming months. So we throw out suggestions, and Boone, which is the person that runs Skylu and is Skylu. So you might hear me refer to him as Boone and Skylu, just for the record. But we're all pretty active, and so I'm creating this Discord to try to recreate what it is that we have going on there. So we have the Discord, and it's there to help recommend new builds. And guess who doesn't have a time to be active or even join? That's right. It's Drew. Drew fucking Johnson. So when you, the buyer, suggests, why don't you work on this? And he's going to comment back with, we'll see. The fact of the matter is he's not going to see. He won't even suggest the build to Boone or to anyone. He'll just wait for whatever comes out of the Discord, and then he'll offer it to you guys. So don't suggest anything for him to do, because he's not going to do it. Because Drew doesn't even model anything. All he does is print. And since this whole thing is brought on by his complete lack and irresponsibility of actually tagging, he'll even share Boone's renders, and he'll share it to Instagram, and still won't credit Boone. So I think that clarifies what happened and what led to it. So why is it a problem? So I'm a photographer, and knowing artists in various fields, there is a rule that's present in all of them: credit, tag, and don't steal work. Drew is in violation of all of them. Any designer will tell you what he's doing is wrong, and it doesn't matter if you alter an image or alter a file, you don't own the original IP or the design. You definitely don't do what he's doing and try to shape it so others think that you're the one that's making it. From my inbox on my most recent post about this, a lot of his customers didn't know that he just doesn't create things, and clearly that is by design. So what should the community do about it? Simple. Stop buying from him and inform others not to buy from him. Even if he changes his ways, he doesn't deserve your money or anyone else's hard-earned money. And so you might be asking, well, I use him a lot. So who should I go to? Who should I buy from? So I'm putting together a basic and simple website that will link you directly to people that you should buy from that are Skylu merchants. That means they will have everything that Drew has, but they're going to be better for you. You'll get better prices, you'll get better service, and they're active in the Discord. So if you ask them, hey, do you ever see this happening, they can come back to their Discord and they can suggest it. That's literally why Boone has his Discord, is for the merchants. So the more design gets requested, the more likely it is to be done. I also have a list of stores and merchants on my Instagram. I also have them in my archive. If I didn't include them in my list, it's not because I don't support them. Okay, I just want to say that now. It comes down to three things. I don't know them. I know of them, but I haven't vetted them yet. And they're not active in the community from what I've seen. Or they have issues. So I'm a firm believer that information should be free. I also think that we need to start reviewing sellers to see what kind of prints they are sending out and the prints that people are paying for. So this is what I'm going to do. I just recently opened up a Patreon for anyone that would like to help me order and review prints from various people. I will do an honest and unbiased print review. I will give my recommendations to the seller about how he could improve, or the good and the bad. And then I would recommend whether or not I would buy from him. This whole platform isn't to trash sellers or the product, but it's to keep them honest. Okay? So if a seller wants to be mad at any negative review that may potentially happen, that will be on them. I will release these reviews in both Patreon and on YouTube so that everyone will have access to them. Again, this isn't about making money. It's just a means to support ordering prints from printers so that I can review it. Because what I don't want to happen is sellers saying, hey, I'll send you my prints, and then they send me their best stuff. I don't want to review their best stuff. I want to review when you go on Etsy, or you reach out to them on Instagram, or you find a store or whatever, and you order a print and you get it. That's what I want, not something that they know is going to be reviewed. So if you're a seller and you want to send me your stuff, I don't want it, so let's just not even go about that. Okay, so that's what this video is about. That's what happened between me and Drew, and why John Walker Customs is an issue. Direct all hate mail towards my comments or whatever. I'll see you on Instagram. I'll see you in the Discord. I got good videos coming out behind me. That platform there, that's part of my Loop Java build. I got a new N1 from Skylu that I'm working on. So all this stuff takes time, and I just don't have enough time in the day, being a father, and I'm going to be dead honest, the Texas heat is absolutely killing me, and it's lowering my my time in the shop. Okay. So if you have any questions, let me know. Put them in the comments. I'll make sure I get links in all this video. I'll put links down in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video.